They'll be up for this challenge tonight. He thinks that they'll give a good account of themselves energy-wise. And in terms of points, I don't think the two new American guards have yet lived up to anything like their statistics before they came here. So there is a possible that they, might be able to contribute more from the points point of view.
Kai Williams to his brother Jamal, who was outside the three-point line, and he knocked down the three-point very confidently. Meanwhile, Plymouth going back, they've gone inside.
Look at this from a tactical point of view. Obviously no Will Neighbour, but Zach Wells is 7 foot, and you've got out of the Eagles lineup, you've got Darius Defoe, and with Zarko not starting inside, points might be.
Gives the Eagles a 5-2 lead as we early on. Here's Zach Wells now trying to find Eves on the wing, couldn't find him, so Nimley picks that ball up very easily indeed. Here's Yuri Gunhina for three. His three-point shot drops in. He takes the defensive rebound. Nimley pushes it to Gunhina. Gunhina's pass is loose though. He's picked up by Trey Bowman, who goes coast to coast.
And the one thing he does preach is good ball movement. If they can get the ball movement and get Wills free under the basket, that could be a good tactic for them. Because he must be at least 6 inches taller than everybody else. Yeah,
there's another turnover as well from the Eagles. Healed though by Jamal Williams on Zach Wells, and Drew Lasker tidies up. He gives it back to Kai Williams, who shoots the three, knocks down the three. A little bit rusty to say the least. Jorvalainen from a long three. That drops down. Drew Lasker picks up the rebound. Jason Page comes away with it. He finds Nimley in the corner, but Nimley gives it to Kai Williams. Kai Williams knocks down the three-point shot.
Pass, it was very heavily weighted for a player who was so close to him.
Eagles now back on the offensive. Jamal Williams fakes a three. Saw Nimley fakes a three, then comes inside and finds Jamal Williams. Nice. And Eagles have responded by bringing Zarko Jukic on for Lasker. Bowman gives it to Jorvalainen. Jorvalainen tries his luck from three-point range and hits it.
And then they've got Eddie Matthews at 43%, but he's only averaging 6 minutes a game. Will Neighbour at 39%, but he's not here tonight, so I'm not sure the three-point line's going to be a big advantage.
Zarko Jukic was in exactly the right place to pick the rebound, but ball bounces around. Jukic was in the right place, but his pass to Page was very poor. But once again, Plymouth, Josh there, Dave, and Kai Williams was there to take advantage of it. Kai Williams up to 8 points already. There's Jorvalainen for three, and he makes that second one. This guy's a good shooter against the Eagles down in Plymouth back in November, and he looked a really decent player. There's Kai Williams coming off the screen, and that's a lovely shot.
Totally unnecessary foul.
But when you say it's a totally unnecessary foul as well, Dave, it's actually his second, so it makes it even stranger. It's a nice pass in from Zarko Jukic to Jason Page, who was at the charity stripe, and he knocks down two from the charity stripe. Not one of one, but a 2-point shot. There's Bowman. Bowman's seen a lot of the ball early, and obviously Plymouth trying to, but again there's another slack pass, and Zarko Jukic goes away, and there's a fly and dunk from Zarko Jukic, and suddenly the Eagles up to 30 points in the quarter and have restricted Raiders so far to 16, and it's looking a little bit too easy at the moment for the Eagles. Jorvalainen with Flanoy all over him, comes back inside. This time it's Page that steals it. He finds Jukic again, and there's another dunk from Zarko Jukic. Derek Eves finds his backcourt partner Trey Bowman. He's going to try and go all the way to the basket, has to put the ball over the top of Flanoy, can't make it. Once again the Eagles out quickly on the break. And I'm not quite sure what Gunhina and Jukic are doing here, but Jason Page manages to shoot the three right on the buzzer, but it doesn't go in, just rims out. But a very satisfactory first quarter for the Eagles, who lead 32-16 after being a little bit sloppy early on. Plymouth with a lot of thinking and a lot of work to do, Dave.
8% shooter from the three-point line. It's all about, is he going to get the chances? Jorvalainen actually is shooting well above his season average. I mean, he's only 31% for the season, so there's hope there that he can convert a few more.
Oh, that's a highlight play right there for the Eagles. Sorry to stop him. Misses the second one, but Zach Wells takes a good offensive rebound. Bowman cuts right in, decides not to go to the basket. Jorvalainen found Zach Wells inside, and once again Zach Wells didn't finish first time. Fantastic block by Jason Page, but he got the rebound and finished it the second time. But Page has basically strolled up. Just taking a break, and Jamal Williams is back on. Eagles still with Son Nimley sitting here as Page. He's playing it off against Bowman. That was a real Hail Mary shot, but great work inside by Jamal Williams. Hard to hide in there.
I like the interpretation of the 3-second rule days. They don't blow it immediately. They blow it when somebody's been active and obviously causing a disadvantage to the defence. Oh, what a great cut.
As well as that, Bowman's made a lot of cuts into and drives inside, but then he's looked to pass quite a lot of the time, and his teammates, just as you say, haven't really been looking. And that's a long 2 there by Eves. Yep, a long 2 for Eves. Knocks those ones down. We saw Nimley, who's now back on for the Eagles, and he's going to go try and go all the way to the basket. Oh, lovely play from Nimley. Inbounded to Nimley, gives it back to Lasker, finds Jamal Williams just outside the 3-point line. He finds Nimley, who's come right the way around on the 3-point line. Missed his 3-point shot, but Yuri Godina took a good offensive rebound and put it back immediately for another 2 points. And suddenly this gap, it's now almost out of hand already. Eves will put a 3 up, and he's knocked that 3 down quite well again. He finds Nimley to Jamal Williams. He looks inside for his brother Kai. Kai backing Bowman down. Lovely wraparound pass to Jamal Williams. If ever that. So there's Bowman to find Wells. Wells thought about, Eves made a good cut. Wells thought about giving him the ball, didn't give him it, but Bowman for this time he's done that a few times. 4:41 left in the half, and Eagles lead by 20 at 48 to 28, and they've done a good job on both ends of the floor at the moment. There's Jamal Williams, far too open, and there's 2 Eagles under the basket. Looking to set a screen for him, but he doesn't. Zach Wells sets a very hard screen on little Saw Nimley there. Bowman again though, going all the way around the houses and come back out to Eves, and that's a nice 3-point shot over.
I'm out.
There's Jorvalainen now, and Plymouth again 19 points down, but with a chance to cut this. Wells turns really well past Jamal Williams, but unfortunately can't make the layup. And at the other end, Zorko Jukic goes coast to coast and lays it in for Sean Page at the other end. Jorvalainen comes into the centre, finds Eddie Matthew. Eves is going to go all the way to the basket. That's a nice move by Eves in, knocks the 2 points down. But the Eagles immediately, very quick in transition, and Saw Nimley knocks a 3. So if you score 2, we score 3 at the moment, and really Plymouth have got to do a better job of getting back. If they could do the same job, Jamal Williams to Page. Page finding Flanoy back it against Eddie Matthew, and he finds Jamal Williams wide open at the free throw line, but he's missed his 2-point shot, and here's Page going to put up a 3, and Page knocks down the 3.
Absolutely they do. I mean, you think that, you know, if the Eagles move the ball and Page, Nimley or Kai Williams hit the big 3, then I don't know what you can...
Meanwhile, Dylan Costello did make a really good move against the Eagles defence there, and at the other, you know, got free for his 2-point shot, laid it in. Nimley's looking, got inside the last 10 seconds. Jason Page with the 2-point shot, doesn't quite make it. Godina can't get the rebound, and halfway heave from Stefan Jukic nearly takes out the front row underneath the basket, and that ends the first quarter. And pretty much the way we've been all the second quarter. The Eagles with a 20-point lead, 60 to 40. You talked about there about Plymouth possibly not making there, but they have got up to 40 points. But the thing is, they've conceded 60, and that's what you really is the point they can't do.
He's only been averaging 4 points a game. He's on 14 already. But I think the disappointing thing will be, as well as Zach Wells started, that Zach really hasn't been a factor in the offense at all, and we need that in. Down
2 points, the first 2 points of the half, and that takes him up to 16 points. He has Lasker, he finds Jamal Williams. Nice baseline shot off the line, almost a no-look full, and he's trying to find that one up to Zach Wells, but that was very poor offense, and they didn't take advantage of it. And here come back the Eagles, and Nimley going to the basket, rolls that one in for 2 points. Drew Lasker, and I think he might have had a case for the foul there, but he doesn't make the layup. And at the other end, very fortunate for the Eagles there. The Eagles had a 3-on-2. Eves, Jorvalainen waving players through, but they're not responding to him. Bowman turns the corner, finds Wells. Eves is going to put up the 3. Does put up the 3, missed it this time. Good rebound by Zach Wells on the offensive. All the way to the basket, but against Kai Williams. Kai Williams stood well, and Eves couldn't make his layup. Eagles come back. Yuri Godina tries to put up a 3, and he knocks down a 3 there.
Yeah. Was it 54%, did you say?
Yeah, so he's 75% for the night.
Awesome.
As Lasker finds Godina, nice pass inside to Jukic. Another lovely pass from Jukic to Jason Page, cut in. Nice team back.
Players getting open, players keeping the ball moving. Made it very difficult for the Plymouth team to challenge that.
Meanwhile, Costello finds Wells inside, and Wells trying to work hard against Kai Williams, and nice hook shot. He makes 2 points, and that takes Zach Wells into double figures.
Well, he's an asset, isn't he? When you're that big and you've got a little hook shot like that. Threatening. Oh,
it's a great pass. What a great pass from Yuri Grunhina to Zarko Djukic, who made a fantastic cut. Really nice basketball play by the Eagles there. Plymouth seem to be like going very deep on one position. Trey Bowman knocks down a three. Nice. I think he has stepped up a little bit in this second half so far. But that's a nice play again there from the Eagles between Djukic and Page. But Page was unable to make the 2 points.
Still needs to go up a few more notches if they are to make inroads into this Eagles lead.
And there's a nice steal from Eves on AJ Bassey, and Trey Bowman got free from Eves' pass and rolled that 2 point in, and they are actually now winning this quarter. And there's AJ Bassey with another turnover. Trey Bowman actually misses a wide open layup, but gets his own offensive rebound and
got away with it. And it has caused the Eagles a little bit of problem, and it has produced 4 simple layups for them.
And they've cut the gap to 16 points. Here's AJ Bassey, he finds Zarko Djukic inside. Djukic makes a point. If they can score here with 2:16 to go, Bowman did think about the 3-yard line and will release the 3, and he's knocked his third one of the game down. And Plymouth,
the Eagles offense early, trying to take them out of the rhythm. It may not be a total press challenge, but it's certainly containing, making it harder for the Eagles to get set in offense. That's exactly what they need to do.
And there definitely was a lot more hustle there, but that man Page can drive.
Popping that double team on.
Here's Jason Page for 3. That's up in the air. This guy doesn't make it. Djukic almost got the rebound, but he has Eves against Flanoy, and Eves lays it in for 2. Flanoy throws the ball straight out, having a look at his bench as he throws it off. He has Nimley, he drops it off to Djukic at the other end. Zarko Djukic knocks it down for 2. Teams trading baskets at the moment, 79-62 to the Eagles as we're inside the last 30 seconds, and there's a great steal from Jason Page. And is he going to finish it in style? Nope. Well, half style. I think they'll be holding for the last shot here to see if they can just make it. Even if they miss the last shot, it will mean they've slightly won the quarter. Jorvan Lyon in for 3. That one's just off. Zach Wells tries to tip it in, and so at the end of 3, it's Eagles leading 81-62, and as we say, it might not be much, but it was a quarter win for Plymouth just by a single point, and they certainly showed a lot more in that quarter than they did in the first 2 quarters, Dave. Djukic takes his rebound there.
That was an emphatic rebound. It's good to see somebody else helping to work on the boards for Plymouth.
And there was an emphatic turn. Page gets his 19th point of the game. And there's another pass from Costello inside, and Flanoy gets hands to it this time. That leads to an Eagles transition basket with Nimley going in for 3. He missed the 3, but nice pass, but Jamal Williams can't make the 2. Jorvalainen pushing the floor, is going to go all the way. Turns round, throws the ball, passing, there's nobody there. And the Eagles backcourt duo Page, and that hasn't happened very often tonight. Bowman turns the corner, hassled by Page. Again, a pass almost into nowhere, but Eric Eves' 3-point shot comes up short. Zach Wells picks up another rebound of the night.
Well, this next frame of games, you know, they may not win this game. In fact, I'm pretty sure they won't win this game, but they've just got to throw caution to the wind. They've got to roll up the sleeves. They're playing for the rest of the
will be his 10th rebound of the game, which is an excellent effort from the veteran guard.
Well, I can't fault Djukic for wanting to take shots. He's at 50% for the season.
And at the other end, there's an easy one for. But again, it was probably come about because Jason Page probably took a very on. Kai Williams, there's a lapse, and Trey Bowman picks his pocket and lays it in for 2.
You're looking to throw the baseline drift to the opposite corner, but he had players wide open at the top of the key.
Well, Eagles lead 90-69. Grunhina finds Jamal Williams inside. That's a lovely pass from Jamal Williams to the fly from Louis Sayers.
It might be, but back to that Eagles 3. The reason Jamal Williams found it so difficult to also been starting to make a contribution to the Raiders rotations.
AJ Bassey from the corner for 3. There's a chance, 2 minutes to get 9 points to get up to the 80.
Well, you saw 2 phases of the Plymouth Raiders there. One where they tried to do everything the hard way, and lastly, thank goodness, Djukic did everything the easy way.
And there's a nice pass to understand the game. And certainly the Eagles fans do. And the reception they gave Drew Lasker there was totally respected. Oh, there's a nice play from Stephen.
Certainly a shooter around the basket, 50% from 2-point range.
Eagles come back with Page, and Jukic just going drive into the basket. He makes his left-handed layup. Kai Williams trying to get free. So Jukic gets free, but his pass is very, very laboured, and he just let the clock run out. So it'll be an Eagles win by 104 points to 79. Nice little touch there from Page to Bowman. Because quite often some of these Americans, or maybe put that last shot up uncontested just for stats, but Bowman didn't. And that'll be a satisfactory night's work, I think, for the Eagles. Maybe a lot still to work on, but 104-79. If you ask them before the game, keep a team below 80 and score over 100, that's not a bad night's work.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be disappointed that the Worcester game last week was cancelled, but it has given them more practice time to try and work on the things that Fab wants this team to do, and they've done it again tonight. It'll be building their confidence. I must say, though, looking forward 1 week, I think Bristol are a completely different proposition to Plymouth. Certainly a Plymouth that came here without Will Neighbour. He was, without doubt, a massive miss tonight. It worried the coach, and that turned out to be the situation. So, looking forward to Plymouth next week. I think it'll be a much better game. I think that Plymouth will be a threat to the Eagles, and then they've got the Leeds fourth afterwards. So, you know, they've had a bit of a lucky drop of the dice in terms of the way the fixtures have fallen, and then they've got some tough games to come. But hopefully by then they will be, you know, getting all of the confidence back and all the things they did earlier in the season.